Coming up on today's ep. Welcome back to Scott Williams. Welcome back to Scott Williams.
So you know when you're taking the piss out of me now? With the other one. See?
Yeah, it's bad. Rock at a smile.
Welcome back to Scott Williams Motorsport Episode 2. Coming up in today's ep, right to kick.
So to kick things off today, we needed a car to enter Rally Ceredigion. And how did that come about?
Obviously, it was quite a big rally, and Belgium was the week after, so he was quite lucky with the timing, really. A customer that we'd built a car for 3 years ago had offered his car back to us. So then we decided to sell my Mark 1 and buy that back because we didn't have enough time to build a new car. So that's how that came about, and it was perfect timing. We knew the car, like Barry said, and stripped it down, and yeah, we got the car out.
Barry, the car came as is from the customer. Talk us through the process of getting it ready to go onto a rally, like the strip, the test.
Yeah, obviously I picked the car up from a customer, got it back to the workshop. So yeah, we started on stripping the car down, just to go through everything, make sure everything was fine, just in case he needed any more parts needed or whatever. Got the engine out just to clean the engine bay and just to check over everything. Gearbox removed, we stripped all the axle, make sure the bearings and everything on the crown wheel pinion all fine. We went through all the suspension, sent those back to Rager's for a check over. The frontal rear hubs, we went through them, stripped them down, cleaned them, put fresh grease back in. Yeah, so we went through quite a bit of the car.
So you send it off to Boomerang for a sticker job. It's quite interesting there in Boomerang, they speak Welsh. If you didn't know, we're in Wales. If you're watching from Australia or the United States, Wales has its own language. So if you're thinking that you can't understand what they're saying, it's Cymraeg.
Yeah, we're all Welsh here, down in the west of Wales. First language is Welsh. So when you're not here, we're all speaking Welsh. Yeah. So it's a lovely language.
I have to say, in the car on the way to Belgium, it was a long old trip. I was sitting there, I didn't really understand what anyone was talking about for 8 hours, but...
Probably slagging you off the whole
yeah,
trip.
100%.
Yeah.
All the way over.
Yeah. Oh, I was thinking that. I was like on Google Translate, like going, what did they just say?
So dar lliwe, dwi'n credu wedwch chi fel matte finish red.
Yeah.
So bydd dim shine ar hwnna wedyn.
Yeah.
Le bydd green wedyn yn gloss metallic green.
Yeah.
So bydd hwnna'n tynnu lliw mas. A'r un beth ar gold wedyn, bydd y gold yn metallic.
Fel hwnna wedyn, ie.
Yeah. Good, thank you.
Several days later.
Looking good?
Job done. Yeah, mae'n dod neis. Falch efo ni mae'n matte red nawr.
Yeah.
Mae'n
Edrych yn neis.
Mae'n nice finish yno, efe. So, A mae'n har metallic vinyl i sefyll mas mwy wedyn.
Ydy.
Am hwnna'n mat.
Yna neis o fe.
Barry, when the car comes back after it's wrapped from Boomerang, you've got to test it. So we took it down to a farm road and you put it through its paces.
Yeah, we're lucky enough. We got a local farmer, so we can test a few vehicles there when we needed. So we spent a couple of hours just to have a feel of the car, make sure the brakes and everything was in the right place for the bias and stuff, and just have a couple of runs and see how it went on.
Make sure you like and subscribe and hit the, how do you, Scott, we'll let you do this.
Hey guys, make sure. All right guys, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell button and get notified when we upload new content.
So Scott, you're not a rally team, but you've got this car and you're going into a rally. Can you explain what the purpose of that is, to race the car?
Obviously, we enter the rallies. Lucky enough, Barry is obviously a half-decent rally driver. He's been rallying since he passed his test in Escort, so he's obviously trying to do well in the car. So if you asked him, he's obviously trying to win. I tell him, Gan Bush Bach, which means nice and slow now. But as soon as the helmet goes on, it's completely different. For the business, the main goal is, to get our work out there to show the cars off. Rally Ceredigion is the second time they've run the closed roads in Wales, which has only just been allowed. So it's quite a big rally for us because it's local. Normally we have to go abroad or Ireland to do the closed road stuff. So that's why we have to do the rally.
It's right on your doorstep.
Yeah, exactly. Family can come and watch and enjoy, and my boy came and loved it. So and it timed well that it was the week before Belgium, so it was a bit of a test, and it was ideal to get seat time.
Barry, obviously you don't just rock up with a car and just race, in a rally. There's other things that got to happen before you can get the car into the rally. Can you talk us through what happens at the service park and then scrutineering, etc.?
Yeah, so obviously I got to do the recce the day before the event. So me and Ewan were on the recce all day Saturday morning. The boys took the car from here, took it up to Aberystwyth for scrutineering, just to check over, make sure everything's okay for safety and everything else. After scrutineering, back to the service park, set everything up, ready to go on Saturday night. What
I found really interesting is it's not even the car. Like, you've got to have your helmet scrutineered and your suit to make sure it's up to spec.
Yeah, helmet, suit, same as the seat belts and seats. They got to be everything's in date.
There's not just the driver, obviously. I mean, for rugby fans, if you're not into rallying, there's a co-driver. And can you explain what Ewan's job is? Like, Ewan Griffiths is Barry's co-driver.
Yeah, obviously he's got a lot of work involved before the events to go through all the pace notes, time cards and everything else, the road books. So he's got a lot of stuff to do beforehand.
Yeah. Scott actually told me that you and Ewan sleep in the same bed the night before a rally to get nice and close. Is that true?
No comment.
No, it's perfect. No comment. Yeah, leave a comment in the comments section what you think no comment actually means. Okay, enough chatting now. Let's check out all the action from Rally Ceredigion.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that didn't really go to plan, boys. Where were you, Scott, when you got the call?
Standing in a field.
Oh, you were up on the course, eh?
Yeah, I was on the first stage on the Sunday. We obviously waiting for Barry to come through with Barry's dad and mother and my boy Seb. So had the phone call. Obviously Barry phoned Max, who's I think he's a bit scared to phone me, to be honest with you. Phone Max, obviously said that he'd gone off. The main thing first, obviously, that he was okay. Didn't really have much detail then after that. And I guess I'll leave Barry explain to you what happened.
Yeah, Barry, I was in the car park about to come up to film. I got a text, so I jumped in the car with Carterwin to come and pick up the car. What happened?
I think a couple of corners before where I went off, I clipped a curb or a bridge, so I think I damaged the steering rack. So the corner after that, I was trying to turn and I told Ewan there's something wrong. So a couple of corners down the road, I tried to turn, nothing happened, so I just climbed the bank on the hedge and rolled over.
The funny thing is, Jason Pritchard was actually over the hedge, wasn't he? On the other side of the hedge that you rolled the car on.
Yeah, obviously we landed back on our wheels, and all the marshals and everything ran up, and I just saw Jason on the other side of the hedge, and he was there on the same corner.
It's a bit unfortunate because Ceredigion was a bit of a shakedown for your showcase event. How did you know you're going to be able to get it ready in time for Belgium, which is a week later?
After the car was brought back to the service park, we had a quick look at it. It was hard to kind of tell how bad it was. It wasn't too bad. You took some photos, sent them to Steph, and like I said to Barry, like it's rallying. You at some point you're going to crash. Like, and he was obviously a little bit devastated, but you know, I didn't really care as long as they were fine. That was the main thing. And yeah, Belgium was the big one for us, which was, I think, what you were mainly disappointed about. But we kind of, like I said to Barry on the Sunday, I said, look, there's two things we do here. We either go all hands on deck and try and repair it, or if that's not doable, we just, you know, we're gonna have to cancel Belgium. So you kind of knew as soon as Steph was going to see the car, Obviously, the fabricator, he'd know if he'd be able to repair it or not in 3 days. We only had 3 days because we had to catch the ferry over to Belgium. So I think you came in 6 o'clock on the Monday. Steph had a look at the car and they decided it was doable.
So a lot of panel damage, boys, but the running gear was all good, Barry?
Yeah, everything was fine. Obviously, we had to change the steering rack and the steering arm, and we just changed the hub and stuff just to be on the safe side. But otherwise, all the suspension, engine, gearbox, and all the running gear, well, there was nothing wrong with it, all fine.
I think the crucial thing was whether the windscreen was actually going to fit in the shell, wasn't it? And that was the true test of whether you'd be able to go.
Yeah, so obviously we had the damage on the roof. So first thing, we had to take the windscreen out, measure stuff up, and just to see if the new screen will go in.
There's a word on the street, Barry, that you're messaging on Snapchat when you crashed the car. Is there any truth to this rumour?
No comment.
Yeah, no comment again, just as we suspected. Anyway, if you're a duct tape supplier, get in contact. You can sponsor the show. So there you go. They managed to get the car ready. So we're off to Belgium in the next episode for Escort Rally Special. Make sure you tune in.
Let me see you try. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my. I fucked up this Russell, baby, we hustle, but the oh my.
If you've liked this episode, you know what to do.
Oh, no, wait. Sorry. Yeah, one more. That was spot on. That was a practice. Go, that was spot on. Go, one more time. Go. Go, that was awesome. That was really good. I can't believe it. Go.